And if you disagree with this sentiment, just hit the unfollow button. I don't need your business.
You know, I don't need your business. You know what? Maybe Disney does. Maybe you're a tool, you're a pawn in this film. You didn't write it. You didn't direct it. You have nothing to do with the creation of Snow White. Right. You should shut up and do the job.
No one on the right side of America can stand the star of this movie.
It's the most emotional experience that a person can go through to know that what they're working on is something that has reached a generation of people.
Okay, buckle up, babes, because we are diving headfirst back into a Hollywood saga that just keeps delivering the drama. You thought the last chapter of the Rachel Zegler Snow White situation was wild. Honey, hold my metaphorical iced coffee, because the Simpsons just dropped a nuclear-level roast, and Rachel is reportedly not laughing. At all. This story has more layers than a red carpet gown and more plot twists than a season finale of your favorite messy reality show. We're talking about the one, the only, the currently keeping a very low profile Rachel Zegler, the actress who was supposed to be Disney's next big princess, their shiny new Snow White. Yeah, well, things went a tiny bit sideways. Like, off the rails, into a ditch, set on fire sideways. And just when you thought the dust might be settling, Springfield decided to weigh in.
I stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess. I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed on.
They're remaking the movie. They just got rid of the dwarfs. Okay,
but what do they call them?
Why would they
too?
get rid of the
call them
dwarves, though?
Magical creatures.
But they have one token dwarf amongst these magical creatures. You actually just went backwards. You actually just erased the dwarfism side of it. The disability, like we're a disability group, you just erased that whole image. The argument should have been from Peter Dinklage, there's power of being on TV, there's power of television, and to put 7 people with dwarfism on camera in a major Disney movie, there's still power there. If the story is offensive, change the story, don't change the characters.
Oh, really? Are you having trouble paying your bills, Rachel? Did Steven Spielberg not pay you for your role in West Side Story? Did Disney fail to give you a healthy paycheck for, like, cry me a river? She's just exactly everything that we can't stand.
The latest dagger in the already wounded heart of the Snow White reboot, the iconic, the legendary, The Simpsons. They are dedicating a segment in an upcoming episode to absolutely drag Rachel Zegler and the entire Snow White debacle. And the title of the fake, in-universe movie they're parodying, are you ready for this? It's called Snow Woke, the Reimagining. Let that sink in. Snow Woke. It's not subtle, is it? It's loud, proud, and pointing a giant 4-fingered cartoon hand directly at the eye of the storm. This isn't a gentle jab. This is The Simpsons, known for razor-sharp wit and brutal cultural commentary, taking aim at one of the biggest Hollywood misfires in recent memory. And guess who's right in the crosshairs? Our girl Rachel. The parody is reportedly a total merciless mockery of Disney's attempt to give a beloved, nearly 100-year-old fairy tale a modern update. The kind that involves calling the original source material weird, outdated, and the charming prince a stalker.
You're replacing jobs that people could have as little people. Okay. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, it's for dwarfs, you know?
Rachel Zegler, bless her heart, is already drowning in a sea of bad headlines. Fan hate? Check. Box office shame? Double check. And now, roasted by The Simpsons on national television, added to her ever-growing list of public embarrassments. Sources reportedly close to Zegler claim she is absolutely furious, livid even, that she's become the butt of jokes on one of the most influential TV shows in history. And honestly, can you blame her? The cartoon version of her, reportedly named Rachel Z, paints a picture many online critics have been sketching for months. A tone-deaf, self-obsessed girl boss, completely out of touch with reality. Ouch! That stings because, for many, the caricature feels disturbingly accurate based on her past comments. Let's not forget the box office catastrophe that paved the way for this mockery. Remember the reports? The live-action Snow White wasn't just beaten. It was completely, utterly crushed by a movie about pixelated blocks. Yes, Minecraft reportedly left Disney's shiny, woke Snow White humiliated in the dust. Disney, insiders claim, never expected that casting Rachel and letting her steer the narrative would result in the potential ruination of one of their most foundational fairy tales. Snow White started it all, and seeing it brought low like this, largely attributed to its star's polarizing comments, is cinematic tragedy, albeit popcorn-worthy tragedy. Those viral videos of empty theaters weren't just a flop. They were a public spectacle of failure, a cautionary tale projected onto giant screens. And how did we get here? Before this saga exploded, Rachel Zegler wasn't a household name for most. West Side Story earned acclaim, but her real mainstream fame seemed to arrive when she started, well, running her mouth about how much she disagreed with the story she was hired to embody. Instead of focusing on the legacy or her excitement, her sound bites leaned heavily into criticizing the 1937 classic, calling the prince a stalker, deeming the story weird, questioning the romance. These comments felt like betrayal to fans who cherished the original. The backlash grew exponentially with each clip that surfaced. While a small corner hailed her as bold, the overwhelming reaction was negative. The public persona of Disney's new Snow White came across as arrogant, dismissive, and out of touch. Girl boss Snow White started trending, and not as a compliment. Adding fuel to the fire was her awkward dynamic with co-star Gal Gadot. On red carpets and during joint appearances like the Oscars, the lack of warmth and palpable distance were impossible to ignore. Rumors swirled that Gadot, a savvy veteran, was strategically distancing herself from the controversy. Suddenly, every quote Zegler gave was dissected. Every appearance sparked fresh outrage. The excitement for the movie evaporated, replaced by annoyance and dread. The magic felt like it was disappearing, chipped away by critical sound bites. When the film finally landed in theaters, despite Disney's marketing machine, it was with an embarrassing thud. Ticket sales were pancake flat. The sheer name recognition of Snow White couldn't save it. It quickly cemented its place as one of Disney's most divisive, troubled, and financially disappointing remakes, with abysmal audience scores like a 1.6 on IMDb reflecting the widespread dissatisfaction. People weren't just skipping it. They seemed to actively celebrate its crash and burn online, a level of schadenfreude rarely seen. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, a fake OnlyFans account using an AI-generated image of Zegler went viral, chilling proof of how distorted her public image had become. If that felt plausible to thousands, her reputation was in dire straits. As if things weren't dire enough, while Springfield sharpens its animated knives, Rachel herself has seemingly gone into hiding. Poof, vanished. Just days after reports surfaced that Disney might be asking her to essentially pay up for the disaster, the actress at the center of the storm disappeared from the spotlight. No interviews, social media gone quiet or extremely curated. A stark contrast to her previously unfiltered approach. The silence is deafening, and ironically, it's the strategy many critics urged her to adopt from the beginning. Now, the Hollywood machine is watching. Casting calls reportedly went quiet. Projects rumored to star her stalled or began recasting. In Tinseltown, becoming a brand risk is career poison. In seemingly record time, Zegler went from being Disney's next big thing to a potential liability. Add a sprinkle of personal drama with her public breakup from Josh Andres Rivera, feeding the narrative of a life mirroring her career trajectory in turmoil. And then, wham! The Simpsons strike. Their upcoming Snow Woke episode, reportedly showing cartoon Rachel Z banning princes, lecturing villagers, bombing in empty theaters, and having a meltdown on Krusty the Clown's show, is set to rehash the entire messy affair. Let's be real, babes. When Springfield turns you into a punchline specifically created to mock your real-life failures, you've crossed a threshold. You're not just a celebrity navigating a rough patch, you're a spectacle, a cultural artifact of things gone spectacularly wrong. Can she make a comeback? Hollywood loves a redemption arc, but the climb back from this Mount Everest in stilettos level hole is incredibly steep. The box office disaster, the public backlash, the reported studio distancing, and now, the ultimate pop culture indictment from The Simpsons. It has cracked her Hollywood image wide open. It will take more than silence. It will likely require strategic choices, maybe public acknowledgments, and a massive shift in perception. The world is watching to see if Rachel Zegler can glue the pieces back together, or if that sharp, yellow-skinned satire just wrote the final, mocking line of her fairy tale ending. Stay tuned, stay curious, and hit that notification bell, because if you thought this was peak chaos, just wait. Hollywood always has another act ready.